All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode. What is
Welcome
it?
back to the pod. Welcome back
Yeah,
to the channel.
it's episode 5 now, I think.
Everybody.
Episode 4 or 5, something like that. 4, 5, something like that. 4.
I
Episode
think
4.
it's four.
Yeah.
Four.
So NFL Week 10. We got some other news though. But first, we'd like to
Oh.
welcome in our guest,
Tyler Clota,
T. Clota,
who he's kind of
What's
having
up,
some
guys?
technical
Division,
difficulties right
Division,
going on?
yeah, Division 1 athlete in the house.
now. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But first of all, we were gonna go into our college basketball preview here with college basketball starting yesterday.
I watched a couple games
Um,
last night, actually, randomly, even though I never watched
Did
the
you?
tournament. Yeah, I watched the Kentucky Duke game, which was pretty good. It was
Okay.
like
Yeah,
8 points
Yeah,
swing. I think Duke won it though.
Duke did win. How good did Trevor Keels look? That dude's a beast.
He looks pretty
him,
good. Yeah.
Him and Paulo Banchero
Then we had Ohio State almost choking to Akron. Classic.
win on a
Classic.
buzzer beater. to
Yeah.
Akron.
God, man.
But college basketball is gonna be so good this year. So many good teams.
I'm
Like, a
excited
lot of
for the
good
tournament. I really am.
Well, here's the thing though. So many guys are using that extra COVID year of eligibility
Mm-hmm.
and just like grad transfers just all over the place. So there's gonna be a bunch of really good teams, bunch of really good sleeper teams like across all the conferences, and then of course like all the mid majors. So I mean, there's some huge
Yeah.
matchups already this weekend. Like or Friday night, you got Villanova, UCLA, 2
Mhm.
versus 4.
I noticed a lot of the ranked opponents are playing each other very early on. Like a lot of the
Yeah,
top 25
Gonzaga.
school.
Gonzaga and Texas 1 and 5 play Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
you got
think
you got a bunch of like big
Uh,
matchups coming up here.
what you said,
to
Bob,
start
like
off the year. There's a
the
lot-
fifth-year
there's a lot
seniors
of
are
good
going to be like
teams. It's
huge
gonna be a
for.
really good year. Big Ten's loaded again. ACC's
Bob,
loaded
can you hear
again.
Tyler?
I cannot.
Oh my gosh, because you guys were
That's
talking at the
tough.
same time.
No, I cannot hear him.
You can't hear him?
No,
Oh no. Oh no. That's not good.
I don't know.
Can you hear me?
What did he say? Yeah, I can hear you fine.
I couldn't really understand either one of you because you were talking to each other.
Oh,
Do me a
Sure.
favor, Bob. Leave the call and join back. Let's see
What
if that
the-
fixes it. Let's see if that fixes it.
Jesus.
All right, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay. Can you hear him now?
Yeah, Bob, can you hear me?
I'm back.
Can
Yeah,
you-
I can hear him.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
That
All
fixed
right,
everything.
alright.
We're good now.
Oh yeah, no, we're talking about college basketball.
Yeah, I was actually gonna add something. Like, I think the mid majors are gonna like really benefit from the COVID stuff. Just those are usually the schools that load up on the seniors and stuff. So
Mhm.
Yeah, but a lot of them were going out to some of these bigger schools. Like, I mean, even like Arizona State, another team I'm pretty high on. They got a couple of our guys from Columbus, and then they got
damn.
kid from Toledo who's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Senior. So like, there's a lot of really good lower end high conference teams too. So it's gonna be fun.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a fun year for sure.
So we mentioned college basketball then for it was like the first day of it yesterday, obviously. So when you get
Yeah,
into
it sure was.
the football
Mhm.
rankings for this week,
Yeah, pretty interesting. How they did it with now Michigan. Like Michigan jumped. Who did they? Oh, MSU, because MSU lost.
yeah, they lost to Purdue.
Which
That was embarrassing.
I was so
Now,
pissed
I was
'cause I'm
watching the
like,
game and I was like, are they actually gonna lose this? Like, and it was a double digit
Well-
loss too. Like they're out. They have to be out.
well,
now.
no, they are now.
Yeah.
But the number was
Yeah.
the number was 3. Michigan State was a 3-point favorite on the road, and I was like, this is just prime. I wish I
Mhm.
had $1 million on it. But that was like they're gonna lose,
Mhm.
and they got blown out. And Purdue was just were they like the greatest team of all time when they played top 5 team?
I guess so. I mean,
Yeah.
they looked good, but I mean, they just play bad against.
Should we
really bad
should we
teams.
be worried? Should we be worried this weekend down here in
No,
Columbus?
I
or
don't
what?
think so. I don't think so.
I hope not.
I don't know. They did it. What was that? 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, but that was at
yeah,
that
that
was
was
at
at Purdue.
Yeah.
No, they're not gonna beat us in the horseshoe. That's for sure.
Hopefully not in this shoe, man. We need that win. But yeah,
There wasn't a whole
Big,
lot of changes other than that big loss from Michigan State,
Right.
but
Oregon jumped up to 3.
yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
everybody
Buckeyes
just
are now-
moved up a spot. But
Cincinnati's still out. So.
yep.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting.
Where do they have
in,
Ohio State at
sadly.
now?
No.
We're 4th.
Fourth.
Yeah.
Mm,
That makes sense. I would say that we
that's fair.
have
I
the
mean,
edge.
in Oregon, I'm okay with Oregon being 3 ahead of us.
Well, they did beat
because
us, so that's
even
fair
right.
enough.
I mean, they have the trash loss to Stanford, but
Yeah, but we
they
have the
did beat
trash
us
loss to
here.
Oregon. So
well, I mean, I guess it's not that bad considering they're number 3 in the country. But
yeah,
I mean, yeah.
So we got some NFL news this week. Obviously, we got the Aaron Rodgers situation. There's been some developments. The Packers and Aaron Rodgers the Packers specifically were fined $300,000 by the NFL. Rodgers and Lazard were both fined $15,000 each for the situation. Rodgers should be back this week, I'm assuming, but they're still kind of up in the air right now. It's not 100%, but it's like, basically as long as he tests negative this week, he should be able to get back in there.
Right, because he had to sit out 10 days, correct?
Yeah, 10 days. He should be joining the team on Saturday, along with Alan Lazard.
So he was losing some sponsorships and stuff too.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. He's never gonna win MVP again. So, according to Pat McAfee, which I definitely agree with him.
Why don't we talk about your take that you said on Sunday that he should win MVP this year?
He should win MVP.
Why? You have to play to win.
Did you see that team without him?
They lost by 6
If we're
points to
talking
the
about
Chiefs.
most valuable player, most valuable asset to their team and the league, there's no
Is
other
being on the
person.
field.
There's
Is
no
being on
other.
the
There's
field.
no other person more valuable in the league than Aaron Rodgers right now. That team is hot dog water without him. It's
They only
trash.
lost by
It's
6.
trash. Trash.
They lost by a touchdown.
Yeah,
Not
against
even
a struggling Kansas City defense that's almost dead last in every single category, and they scored 7 points.
Yeah, but
7
you still
points.
have to be on the field to win MVP.
What?
Like, you still have to be on the field to win MVP.
Sam, Bob.
I don't know. Brady jumped to the favorite, and he had a bye week this week. So
Here's the thing. I don't disagree.
Yeah. Also, hope Kyler Murray sat out, and Josh Allen played like dog shit against fucking Jacksonville. They put up 6 points. Everybody.
Yeah, that was awful.
Like, Derrick Henry's out now. I mean, Tom Brady's easily the favorite, I think.
Yeah.
Right now.
It's just gonna come down to like at the end of the season, they're gonna look at stats, and I can't imagine Brady not just accumulating some really good numbers in the offense they have.
Here's the thing: if he breaks, because he's on pace to beat the passing record right now. If he beats that, he's probably gonna win. But
I'll say because everyone pretty much played themselves out of it. I think Josh Allen and Kyler still have a shot if they go berserk here these last few weeks.
Yeah, Josh Allen just lost to the Jags and they scored 6 points.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
we've been talking about them being the best team in the AFC, like how but
the AFC is a crap fest right now because I don't think the Titans are gonna be that legit going down the stretch.
We keep saying this and we keep winning.
Yeah, but you can only sustain so much after Henry goes down. That's literally he was their offense. I think last game was kind of
they annihilated the Rams.
I know that, and they played really well. They did, but I don't think Adrian Peterson has any gas left in the tank. He looked awful. He got fucking 2 yards of carry. 2 yards of carry, and he stumbled into the end zone like an old 40-year-old that he is.
Here's the thing. I saw this thing on TikTok. About because there's definitely better running backs on the market. Like,
exactly.
There's definitely better, but this guy was comparing like AP's prime to Derrick Henry's prime, like right now, and how they're just so dominant.
Come on.
And they want to it was kind of a valid let's get this big name guy who was a star running back in there to fill this star running back who's just putting up these stupid numbers.
So let's get a 40-year-old that was good. That was good 10 years ago to replace the best running back in the league right now. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But AP's prime was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. But he's past his prime. He's washed.
Justify it by obviously, but they're trying to justify his prime. And justify this because AP is just so dominant in his prime. It made sense the way this. I'll have to find the TikTok, but it made sense the way this dude was wording it.
I don't know, but as far as AFC teams, like you said though, it's a crapshoot. I really do think so.
I mean, it's probably gonna end up being it'll probably end up being Baltimore, or I don't even know.
Out of the North, who knows, man? They
I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be who has the bye. Mm-hmm. I think that's gonna be a big thing. Tennessee's gonna walk in and not have to worry about being a wild card. So
they got 2 wins over the Colts now, so they're basically set in that division. I would think so.
And Henry's technically not ruled out.
For the playoffs, he's out for the regular season, so he could come back in the playoffs,
which would be insane.
Yeah.
And nowadays, people are just coming back sooner than you think. I don't know.
They're talking about Cam Akers tore his Achilles over the summer, coming back from the playoffs this year.
I mean, Burrow destroyed his knee. His knee was obliterated, and he looks absolutely normal this year.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, what did he break something in his hand?
Good
3 weeks. 3 weeks he's back, and he's.
Yeah, I'm excited
even
to see how
the next
does.
week later, he's taking warm-up reps on the field, just ghost reps. That was legendary.
Yeah, I mean, he's supposed to come back, that's a huge game.
I'm happy.
I mean,
so here's a good question for you guys.
What's up, Ty?
Here's a question. I've got in another league, I drafted Russ, and then right before Mahomes slid downhill, I put a trade together and I got Mahomes, and now I have Mahomes and Russ. Who do you start? Because I still think it's like, okay, go with Mahomes. He can't play that bad for that long.
Who does the Chiefs play this week?
The Raiders.
Vegas on Sunday night.
Yeah, and the Seahawks play Green Bay at 4:25 on Sunday.
Who's won one of the stronger defenses this year? Honestly, it's been Green Bay.
I still like Russ in that situation. If I'm being honest.
Yeah,
coming off the injury.
Exactly, coming off the injury, the Packers are kind of
who
like.
The hell needs a quarterback in the league?
I know that's
true.
what
That's true. You gotta trade
I got a guy
dudes.
starting Mike White this week, and I'm trying to put something together.
Hey, I don't know, man. Mike White.
They don't want either of them.
I mean, he's got Mike White. Why does he need one of them?
Exactly.
He's a god. This is the Mike White fan club show. A couple weeks ago.
We are big fans of Mike White on this show. We are big Mike White fans. Even winning that, in the Colts game,
he looked good the first two drives. Yeah, what is that?
Yeah.
Sunday night or Monday night? Which one was
Thursday
it?
night.
Thursday night. He looked good.
Yeah.
Like the first two drives.
Hurt his hand.
Yeah, and he was so pissed off. I felt bad for him, man. He was so mad about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was giving him a chance, and they're honestly the third string. Josh Johnson's been in the NFL for. What was he on 11? I think the stat was 11 teams or something like that.
I don't know, but he looked god awful.
He threw 3 touchdown passes.
I know, but they were. It was still an ugly game.
They hung around.
Yeah, they covered. They almost covered it.
No, I was saying no, they didn't.
They covered the 15-point spread that I bet.
Oh, was it a live bet?
What's that?
Was it a live bet?
No, it was part of a parlay that later got busted, but we don't talk about that.
By who?
The Bills. The Bills.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That it was them.
Yep.
That.
How did they put up 6 points
on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you have an MVP candidate quarterback?
Let's honestly talk about that because Josh Allen destroyed Josh Allen.
Yeah, and Josh Allen looked fucking awful. He was terrible.
Josh Allen looked good.
Well,
Josh Allen looked
come on,
great.
what are we supposed to do here? Josh Allen, the quarterback, looked fucking terrible. He really did.
Josh Allen, the linebacker, was.
He was great. Yeah,
his namesake. Yeah. He picked him. What? He picked him off, sacked him, and
got a fumble recovery.
Yeah.
What a game for him.
Absolutely.
And they were both the 7th pick in the
weird.
back-to-back drafts, which is weird.
That's weird.
Very weird.
Who do they play this week? Who do the Bills play?
The Jets. The Jets.
Jets.
So they got a redemption week for sure, but if you lose to the Jags,
who knows?
Jets
are upset.
Jets beat Tennessee too.
They beat Tennessee.
They're upset central, dude. Like, they beat Tennessee. They beat Cincinnati. Who knows, man? Imagine if the Bills fall to 5-4 because they lost to the Jets and the Jaguars.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that'd be embarrassing.
New England's
that'd
just
be
not
embarrassing.
out of that division.
I don't think so.
No.
I think the Browns.
The
Browns win this week. We should probably talk to that about that matchup too, because the whole Nick Chubb situation too. But I think the Browns win this week. But at 5-5, that would put New England at, right? Or would they be 4-6?
No, we're 6-4.
No. So I'm talking about New England.
We both have the same record.
We both have the same record this week.
Yeah.
Okay, so they would go to 5-5 then, New England.
And I'm saying New England is a 2-point favorite at home, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm taking
Imagine if Odell signed there tomorrow.
No, I don't think it would work, man. It's the same situation as Baker, basically. Young quarterback that's kind of hot-headed. I don't think it would work.
Mac Jones is not even comparable to Baker Mayfield.
I see what Travis is saying.
I don't.
You're not.
I don't see
like
him going. I don't see why he would go to New England, but it's structure. But other than that,
I still think he's going to Green Bay. I think he's going to Green Bay.
The favorites were Green. Well, I think the favorite is actually New Orleans, just because he's from there.
Well, and
why
plus, that's been a
Simeon?
team since the beginning of the discussion is New Orleans.
Why would you go play with Trevor Simeon? Go play he played with Eli Manning at the end of his career when Eli was bad, and then he played with inconsistent Baker Mayfield, who's bad. Go to a good quarterback. Go to that's what I would do.
Baker played his last week, Bob.
Oh yeah, he all 14 passes.
Bob, last week, what did I say? I said we would win the game. I said we would win the game, and I said Baker would play one of his best games this season, and he did. He was the 3rd highest passer rating quarterback in the entire league.
He completed 14 passes.
He was the third highest rated quarterback in the
Completed
entire league.
14 passes. He threw the ball 20
He didn't
times.
need to. We were up 41-16.
Well, okay, he got carried by his defense and Nick Chubb. What? Plain and simple.
What do you want him to do, Bob? Do you want him to throw picks so that
I'm not
they get
saying
back in
it's
the
not-
game?
I'm not saying it's his fault, but at the same time, like, it happens so much with him. It happens
I'm just happy they won.
every other game.
Okay, I'm just happy they won.
the defense came up big. Defense
Which-
carried.
So let's talk about this week's matchup then for the Browns. Okay.
With the Patriots,
Yeah, versus the Patriots.
another
Because
good
it's
defense.
it's supposed to be a pretty good game. Like you said, New England's getting
Yeah, they're not
New England's favored by 2.5.
Yeah, New England's not bad at all. I mean,
I like the Browns because number one, we're getting JOK back. I'm pretty sure, right? He was supposed to be.
I heard
maybe.
he was activated.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was
I'm
I don't
not
know
worried
if
about.
it was
I'm
just
not worried about Nick
practice.
Chubb not
Yeah.
being there. I'm just not worried about Nick Chubb not playing at all.
Yeah, I'm not either. I think Johnson would be just fine. It's
They're
just our
fine
line
with
is just too
Arians.
dominant. Yeah,
What's the Kareem Hunt situation? I heard there was a chance he came back.
there's a chance, but I don't think it's
he's
gonna
still
happen.
got one more week IR. Because when was the Broncos? No, he got hurt before the Broncos game, which was week
No,
4,
he could return this week if
or week 5. I don't.
he
remember.
could return this week if needed. But
Yeah, I
I
don't
even
see
if we
why.
have to
Why
play
rush him?
Johnson, yeah, even if we have to
I
play
know,
Johnson,
yeah.
I think we're gonna be fine. I really do. I
I'm
think
not
we're gonna win
worried
this week.
about Dearness at all. I'm
I don't
not
either.
worried about the defense.
Yeah.
Still.
I
I mean, don't get me wrong. They dominated last.
Patriots
week,
do
but,
have a good O line, but I think that Clowney and Miles Garrett
the
cancel out
Patriots are
every
the
good O
only-
line
I
in the
think
league.
The Patriots are the only team in the NFL with a bad wide receiver core. I'm saying, like,
You've seen
Detroit.
the
Them in
Saints?
Detroit.
You
Them in
Yeah,
Saints.
Detroit.
seen the Saints?
I'm still taking the
Um,
Saints over.
Marquez Callaway, Deontay Harris.
Okay, but they would have Michael Thomas if he was healthy. And
Yeah.
He's not though.
he's not.
And I guess if you
The
count
Saints are
Alvin
relevant
Kamara,
in
but
this
he's a running back.
He's a stud. As
I mean,
a receiving
yeah.
core, I think the Patriots, maybe other than Detroit, they're like one of the only teams.
I mean,
that
Jacoby
have
Myers
bad
is pretty
receivers.
solid, but
Still doesn't have a touchdown, though,
He's-
which is
he still
unbelievable.
doesn't have a touchdown.
Actually crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What are they playing just with the tight ends or what's going on? I know
Hunter Henry
like
caught
Hunter
like,
Henry hasn't played great recently.
but he's caught like
just playing
Jacoby-
decent.
TDs in 5 straight games. Hunter Henry. It's ridiculous.
Jacoby
Okay.
Myers,
Yeah.
it's funny. Like, they keep making a joke out of it. He's like at 1,500 career receiving yards, and he has yet to score a touchdown.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And he's good. Like, he is good.
He's a solid route runner. I mean, he's nothing like out of this world talent wise, but he's a solid receiver. Solid.
He's a good. I mean, he's a good player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Undrafted.
if he scores some touchdowns, he's a very good
He's
player.
Flex doesn't
he's
do that.
another one. Ex quarterback too. Another one of those guys.
Okay.
Bill likes
Um,
those. Bill likes those guys.
Kind of
We have
going back to
290 draft receivers.
the game
Or is
though,
it-
like I can kind of just see this as being like
It's gonna be a.
You
What's the
know,
weather? They don't even know what the weather's supposed to be like.
I don't know.
it might be
It's in-
cold.
It's in New England, so it's gonna be cold no matter what. But
Well,
Yeah.
I remember 2 years ago when we went there, and it was an absolute slugfest.
Yeah.
Shit show in the rain. Tom Brady's last year. Chubb
Mhm.
fumbled the 2 times.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That game.
No, I can really see this game and like I don't want Bobby to prove any of us right, but like I feel like this is gonna be like a Baker needs to win it for us with
Oh,
5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Like
win.
it's gonna be a
This is a huge tiebreaker. game,
24
too.
to 21 type
No,
of
yeah.
game.
For like
And
playoff
This is a
implications, 'cause
huge
they're
tiebreaker
ahead
game.
of us right now.
Yeah. If we
Yeah.
if
They're
we
the
win
7th
this
seed. We're
game,
not
I
even
think we have a
playoff.
lot better chance of like if tiebreakers come into effect. I think we have a lot.
Is it
better chance.
bad? First of all, I just want to say this because a lot of people were talking about the Browns like, being a 12-win team this year. Is it bad that we're talking about them maybe making the playoffs? First
Yeah.
of all, if that just doesn't already tell you enough about how the season's going for them.
I mean, it's just it hasn't
that
gone
has
to plan.
almost more to say about the rest of the AFC, I think. Like
Yeah, I mean, who would have
Yes
thought
and
the
no.
Chiefs would be 5-4? Not me.
yeah.
No, but look at our roster.
Yeah, we've
Compared
said
to
that for 3 years, Bob.
Right. And we're maybe making the playoffs.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I don't know. Injuries, penalties, a lot of other stuff just been underperforming. I
Yeah.
guess you can lump that into
Those-
the underperforming.
Those
but
3 penalties on the first drive. I know we won last week, but the 3 penalties on the first drive where we just lined up off sides. That's most. I was losing brain cells
that
watching
was-
the TV. Like, look to your right. Look to your right
Yeah.
and see if you are ahead or behind the ball. It is not that hard. Like,
kind of
Jesus,
stuff like
man.
a Stefanski shouldn't allow. Like this is why you have a coach like him. You know,
Yeah.
with Freddie Kitchens, like Yeah,
A
we're
lot
an
of people
undisciplined
are
team. I
getting
get it.
on. They're getting on stuff. I mean, Garrett and
You
Travis
know,
were getting on Stefanski last week about like
I
play
really wasn't.
calling. I
Dude,
mean,
I think that
Garrett really
Stefanski.
was.
I
I
think
mean,
Stefanski is a great head coach. I really do. If there's a reason he won Coach of the Year, he is probably top
absolutely.
3 in the league in play calling. I do believe that. Okay.
See, Garrett.
Uh,
What now?
I do
Garrett
I
was
believe
don't.
on the
as
other
I'm
far
with
side.
no
Garrett.
as far as scheming goes. Okay. As far as maybe not like game management play calling. Okay, because obviously you're random on third
That's
and
a good
10.
point.
But actual scheming, like early on in the game, there is no one better that scripts plays than Stefanski. Okay,
He's the
the
only
first
reason Baker
15
Mayfield
plays
is
and the
even
first 15 plays,
considering
15
about
plays out of
being a pro.
halftime,
Like,
no one is better than Stefanski in the NFL. Maybe Sean
he's
Payton.
the only reason
Maybe
that
Sean Payton.
there's a chance Baker Mayfield gets a second contract here.
I agree. Just
You know what I
Stefanski's
mean?
he's a good head coach. Okay, he's a young head coach that's in his second year. Okay, he needs some work
Because
on game management. Other than
we were
that,
talking.
I think he's pretty good.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good too. And it's funny. I want to go back to that point with like his play calling and stuff because Colin Coward made a point about I'm a big Sam Darnold fan. He hasn't played well, but I think he's just a good guy in general,
He sucks.
regardless. So he was talking about Darnold, how Darnold is actually he's really good when you script the plays out first half. Baker's the same way.
Yeah, but
Every
Baker doesn't
time,
throw as many picks as Sam Darnold does.
yeah, he also has the best O line in the league. 4 amazing running backs, 3 great tight ends,
Yeah, he also
the
doesn't
best
see
pass
ghosts
rusher,
on the field.
the best pass rusher in football on his team. Pretty solid defense. I mean,
Yeah.
I
regardless of
think like
that, all the advantages the guy has, and he's the under sub 500 quarterback in his career. But regardless, Baker's the
You want
same
to talk about Sam
with
Darnold's winning percentage?
the scriptings. Well, yeah, he played on the Jets with Adam Gase. So
I
what
that's
the
a
guy
fair
to do.
point.
I didn't
That's a
know
fair
what
point.
the guy to do.
But
Baker's
Mike
under
White.
500 with Odell and with Jarvis Landry and Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb and the best line in the league. Regardless, I don't want to talk. I'm not comparing him, but I'm saying Baker does great in the first half when he's got these plays scripted. And then come the second half, how come we keep blowing all these games, blowing these leads? I was
I think
terrified when what's his nuts missed that kick. McLaughlin missed the kick, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because they could have made it a 2-touchdown game.
yeah.
It was like 31-16.
I think it was that next drive when Jamar Chase just didn't catch a long ball that could have been a score.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's tough. Like
we
I just
just
think
can't
that
put
when we're
anyone
in the
away.
situations, like in a third quarter, when you start seeing Baker like all of a sudden like just looking
He fizzles out.
very subpar, I think it almost has more. I mean, sure, we can criticize Baker, but the play calling does not play to his strengths at all. Like Stefanski just forgets to play to Baker's strengths. Like why are we not throwing slants and why is he not rolling out? Like that's when he can make the good decision. That's when he makes the good play.
Where's the
And instead we
RPOs?
force him not to do that. Like
Where's the
The
RPOs?
RPO?
Yeah, where's the RPOs? Like I feel like Baker has excelled in RPOs, and I've never seen him this year. Basically, the Stefanski refuses to run.
Here's the thing. Here's my problem though with all this. At the end of the day, we have to like mold this offense to hide this guy's weaknesses and like really play to his
Now
strengths.
you're
which
talking
is
like
his play action
straight
passing.
Colin Coward. You're sounding
Well, what do
exactly
you-
like Colin Coward.
I mean, which is fine. I mean, it's exactly right. I'm not saying he's Aaron Rodgers, but the Green Bay Packers don't have to mold their offense to hide Aaron Rodgers. The Arizona Cardinals don't have to mold their offense to hide Kyler
I
Murray.
feel like every team has to adjust their scheme according to like their quarterback's strength and weaknesses. Okay, I don't think that's
to their play
necessarily.
style, but not you don't have to hide you don't have to hide anything of Aaron Rodgers. He's got a rocket arm. He's 6'3". There's nothing he does bad.
No, I get that.
you gotta
You know what I mean?
go look at when we won that streaky games last year.
It would
It was
also
like
help
what was
we
it like?
played a trash schedule.
Yeah, but if go watch those plays, watch Baker's highlights, look at what kind of plays they are, and he's a team that I think can lead us to an AFC Championship and potentially a Super Bowl. But when
I like this guest.
Stefanski just forgets who is playing quarterback for him, like then we're only gonna be as good as Baker is in the plays he's not good at, and like I don't know if the only other option for us is to have Aaron Rodgers on our team. Like, sorry,
I mean, I'll take
probably
Aaron
not gonna
Rodgers.
happen.
I will take
So,
Aaron Rodgers, but
Well, yeah, dude, in a
Yeah.
heartbeat. If this Russell Wilson theory is anything possible, I don't see him leaving, but I'm doing it in a heartbeat.
I would.
I don't see either of those guys coming to Cleveland.
I'm taking
I just
Derek
don't.
Carr if there's a Derek Carr trade somewhere on the table.
I'm not taking Carr.
I'm
That's-
taking Deshaun
I
Watson.
like Derek Carr. I'm
I
still
don't.
not
I just
taking
don't think
Derek
he's that big of an improvement over Baker Mayfield.
How? He's more accurate.
He's been consistently average the entire career.
With with nothing. What does he have to work with?
I'm just saying, like, he's not like.
Look at what he's doing with all this garbage going on in his organ. His coach.
I agree, he's having a good year, but throughout his entire career,
his best receiver just got arrested, and then now another more.
Yeah, they had another incident this week too.
Damon Arnett getting cut because he had like gun charges and and he's holding it all together. He's just
I agree with you.
Says the right things.
I agree with you. Derek Carr's having a good year, but over his career, he's been painfully average. He's been painfully average.
He was third in MVP voting one time.
He's been painfully average, Bob. When's
How?
the last time Derek Carr's made to the AFC Championship game?
When's the last time that he's had a viable team around him?
Bob,
Never.
I'm just telling
one
you.
time.
When's the last time Aaron Rodgers and both Russell Wilson have won Super Bowls? I'd rather take them over Derek Carr.
Obviously, but who said those are options?
Who says Derek Carr's an option?
No one, but I'm just throwing
exactly. No one says it's an option.
That's been thrown out there. So if it was if it was an option, I'm taking Derek Carr or Baker Mayfield easily. It's not doing a debate.
I'm not doing
His numbers are better. Why? He's a better person. He's more mature. He's a better player.
He's a better person.
Yes, absolutely. It means everything. Look at how he handles himself. Look at his interviews compared to Baker's whiny interviews. Derek Carr's interviews.
Baker's handled
Baker's
this whole
been fine this
very
year.
professionally.
No. Baker's been fine this year, maturity-wise.
He was overwhelmed playing with Odell Beckham. Get the fuck out of here! Like, what?
Dude, if you're reading the Cleveland press, Mary Kay Cabot and fucking Terry or whatever, Tony Rossi, like they just write total shit, dude.
Shout out Jarrett Malio. I want to give a shout out Jarrett Malio. He caddies for Mary Kay Cabot.
I will say I despise Dale Ryder so much. Dale Ryder is the biggest non-Browns fan. He will straight up trash the Browns one week and then praise them.
What's Reflog say about it? What's he got to say about it?
About what?
He's in the middle. Isn't he in the middle, Reflog, about the whole thing?
I think he's leaning. He's more of a Baker guy.
I think he's just a team guy. Like he wants people on the team to do well, which is me. I want people that are on the team that are buying into the team to do well. And that wasn't Odell. Obviously. That was not Odell. He was not buying in. How? He was not buying in at all.
How?
He didn't even celebrate when the other guys did.
He hasn't said a word.
Exactly, Bob.
See, body language is huge. Your body language when you're on a team, when you're in a team sport, your body language is so important.
Exactly.
And it's so obvious that he did not care about the success.
He did not give one fuck about how the Browns did this year. He just went out.
He wasn't gonna blow it up. I mean, he kind of did. Exactly. But I honestly don't think he had as much of a role in his dad posting that as people keep saying.
LeBron James tweeting about freedom.
Honestly, I think LeBron was just oblivious, and then he saw people tweeting free Odell, and he was like, "Oh,
okay,
whatever," and he did it. I don't think that was coordinated.
He to be like this Browns fan, but
he's a winning fan in the NFL.
You think if Odell was on the Dallas Cowboys, he'd be fucking tweeting free Odell? I doubt it.
I don't know, dude.
Everyone knows LeBron's a Cowboys fan. Everyone knows this. It's common knowledge.
Dude, he's a front runner fan.
He jumps on the Cleveland bandwagon when they're good because he's from Akron.
Dude, and then he tweeted about who's the Cavs player that Mobley, I think.
Ricky Rubio.
No, Ricky Rubio. Yeah, he tweeted about Ricky Rubio. Yeah. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, what? Like,
can we talk about a non-controversial, fun Cleveland team to root for? The Cavs now.
Dude, the Cavs
now. They are fun, man.
They're winning right now.
I still haven't watched a game yet this year, but I think I'm going to a game this year. So
Evan Mobley's good.
Honestly, it's hard to watch the games without Fred McLeod calling them. Like, it's ever since he died, man. Yeah, it's tough. Like, I can't watch. I
still love Austin Carr.
Yeah. I miss Fred McLeod, man.
Firsthand, he's awesome.
I met Austin Carr in the Streetsboro Bob Evans for some reason.
What?
Yeah, this was a long time ago.
Yeah, I met him.
Did you say hi or?
Yeah, my uncle. I was with my uncle, and he's like a huge sports guy. He recognized him. He was just like, Austin Carr from the Cavs. Nice to meet you. Shook his hand, and I think he was trying to get out of there. So we didn't talk very long. But,
yeah. I was like, he came in the golf course. Like the one year I was working at the golf course, and he's like, I hear the voice. I'm like, dude, I know that voice. And I said something to one of the guys behind the counter, and then I hunted him down in the parking lot. He was leaving. I'm like, hey, can I get a picture? And I snagged a pic with him. He was super nice though.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Talk about an awesome college player at Notre Dame. He was really fucking good at Notre Dame.
Just old, we never.
Yeah, a long time ago, but.
Yeah, but he was. I mean, he's one of the best in Cavs history. He got a number of times.
Yeah.
So. Cavs don't have a very extensive good player history though. I mean, we got
It's good
LeBron.
enough.
We got LeBron. We got Doherty. We got Mark Price. We got Austin Carr. That's
We're
about
forgetting about the GOAT, Delonte West,
it. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the
and
fuck
Boobie Gibson,
up.
Big Z.
I mean the trash Cavs.
Dude, I
Going back to
remember
the trash Cavs days. Those
The
were
trash cans
dude.
were
They
fun.
were fun to watch. That was one of the
they were
most
really
fun.
fun.
Dude. Like
Dude,
Alonzo
the
G.
most fun,
Dude.
even so, like the
Antoine.
Antoine Jameson.
Antoine Jameson. I remember we picked him up.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was so
so
excited.
hyped. We picked up Antoine Jameson, and I was like, "Yo, like we're gonna get the 8 seed."
Dude, that's how you know it's bad is when you're happy we're gonna get the 8 seed. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god.
Mo
But-
Williams.
Do you think the
was one of
Cavs are a
my
playoff team this year?
I think that honestly,
Possible.
like
It's possible.
they could
I
be
wouldn't
in
be
that.
shocked.
Just
If they were in that playing game, I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked if they were in that playing game this year.
we'll see.
We're still so young though, and Sexton.
Yeah.
That's a
Sexton's gonna
good
be
thing
out
though. I mean,
for a
Sexton's
while,
probably gonna get
It-
traded
it's
after.
it's like not as big of a deal, I think, as it sounded. Like
the injury, because they
I
said
think
they
he can
wanted to bring him-
return.
Like they said, they wanted to sign him long term.
Yeah,
Oh, Laurie's supposed to come back soon because he's on the COVID list right now. But like Laurie's
Yeah.
gonna come back. He's
Yeah.
been great. Evan Mobley's been phenomenal.
Ricky Rubio's been
Jared
like, the
Allen
sixth
is
man of the year.
just good.
No, that was a good signing. I mean, I was a little like weird about the Allen signing for the amount of money we gave him, but like everybody has big contracts in the NBA, and
Mhm.
I mean, he's a good player. He's great on defense and great rebounder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
nah.
But
I
if
mean-
Cavs are in that playoff game, or in that playing game, I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know if we'll get a top 6 seed.
I
I
think
can
there's
see-
like there's a chance like we somehow, if we play good enough early and don't like have a huge slump and like fall apart, like we might just hang on
Injuries
to
are
like
gonna
a
be
6.
massive. for
That's
this
the
team.
thing that they've done the last couple years. Because granted, they haven't had the talent. Because like Chetty's been playing great. He did this last year where he was super hot at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
Bang three balls, and they just fizzle out. And you know, like the
Yeah.
whole drama last year killed the season and everything. So I still think they're a little bit away from being like super competitive again.
I
mean,
will
it's hard
say
to
this
get-
team is
You're never
like,
gonna
a
get that
couple
star free
injuries
agent
away
from
from
the
being really
Cleveland.
bad again.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like we're not
And you're
very
never gonna
deep.
get that star free agent to come to Cleveland. But I mean, if
No.
they keep drafting some, like I like Okoro. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Mobley seems like he's gonna be a star.
Mobley's obviously
Garland's-
a stud. Yeah.
Garland's good. Sexton's good. I mean, they have some pieces to work with.
yeah. And I think that mentality of like, yeah, I think even last year, like, there was still that kind of like, well, we're rebuilding. If we lose, like, we'll try and get a good lottery pick. Like,
Mhm.
I think that's gone. Like
Mhm.
now, like it's all set on like, okay, we need to be a playoff team.
And like the whole thing with, wait, was John Beeline 2 years? No, we had John Beeline last year at the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't long, was it?
No, and then he went. he's
And
like
then
a-
it was bigger staff.
Yeah, and I like Bickerstaff though. I mean,
Mhm.
everybody seems to like him. He's done a pretty good job in.
Yeah,
in
I wasn't
Minnesota.
expecting that to be like. I thought that was just gonna be an interim position,
Yeah.
and now it's like,
No,
his
I
team.
think he's fine. I think he's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, like coaching them, like it matters.
Yeah,
but, like,
coaching really. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter a whole lot.
it
in
matters
the NBA.
to a point. Like there's times where like
I
like
mean,
Brad
let's face
Stevens-
it,
there was a,
Like, did Tyronn Lue really like do anything for that 2016
I mean,
championship run? Like, it's
there's
like, no.
underrated like platoons and like lineups
Yeah.
that he'd throw together that you just don't even realize like, oh, that works. But like, no, I mean,
I think it matters quite a bit when you got young guys like we do.
yes, yes. Well, like
You know,
like a couple years ago, like when Philly and Boston were playing, and Philly's got Simmons and Embiid and all these studs, and they're losing to Boston. It's like, what the heck's going on? Doug Collins just getting outcoached, or not Doug Collins. Who the hell was? I can't even think of the Philly coach was a couple years ago. And he's just getting outcoached by Brad
yeah, I
Stevens.
can't remember either.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like there's
Yeah.
certain situations it just gets so overlooked sometimes in the NBA. 'cause
Yeah.
it's so star driven.
And like when you're in a 7-game series, I think it does play like a pretty big role.
100%, because you understand how to manage your team,
Yeah,
Mhm.
who can play with who, and who when they can play, for
Mhm.
sure,
Mhm.
100%. How about the Lakers? What's your opinion on Lakers? Because I think you've seen mine.
you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like
They're just
it's
old.
just like your
just-
opinion
I
of the
la- I-
Browns is
I
like
look
a
at them
good
and I-
comparison.
I look at
It's
them
like-
and I just laugh. It's
I don't
comical.
know.
Because
It-
these
it's
wins
the
are putting
names.
together.
It's
these
like
these wins are stringing together. They're like against G League teams, like the Rockets, and they can't even beat the Thunder.
yeah,
I get
No,
it. It's still early. It's still early, but like they're already hurt. They already have all these chemistry issues. I get it. They're a bunch of old pros, but
That's an
they're a bunch of
understatement.
egos at the. You know what I mean? They're a bunch of egos at the end of the day too. that
Russell
are
still
throwing-
can't
you got
shoot.
West,
Like,
you got Westbrook and Carmelo and Howard and DeAndre
It's
Jordan.
really like people forget how important role players are, and like
They are,
those
and
guys
when
aren't
they
role
have,
players.
I
Like
don't understand why LeBron will just not embrace like having a younger guy. You know what I mean? Like just a younger guy with him, like a Kyrie when he first came to Cleveland, and it worked great.
yeah,
Honestly, the Cavs were really good. It just the
you,
way that they matched up with Golden State, like the way Draymond could guard Love, and it was just a bad matchup. But other than that, we murdered everyone other than Golden State.
yeah. It's
You
just
know,
I don't know. And you have that Cavs team, like you have a guy like J.R. Smith who like learned how to play defense really hard, and then you
yeah,
had
and Shumpert
like
filled
a
his role
Kevin
great.
Love who was just like, all right, fine, like I'm just gonna get a bunch of rebounds, and
Right,
like you
and
have
you'd
Tristan
get a guy
Thompson who just scraps.
like a
Like
Channing Frye who'd play who'd have like this 30-point game every now and again where he'd bang out
yeah,
8 3 ball. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
when
right
you
now
got
even
like it's cool you picked up Melo, but like he
he's old and
is
he's
just
inefficient. He
not as
doesn't fit the
valuable of the like
no. He
he's
does not
only
fit.
valuable as the guy, and he's not the guy anymore. Like
And he
so,
doesn't fit the NBA like what the NBA is now. He does not fit it. You
yeah,
know,
it's they don't
I
have
mean,
enough. Like
like
I
the
don't know,
Lakers
but
are scrapping out wins against the Rockets and Hornets, who I like, but they're young. They're young teams. They're scrapping wins out against them.
uh,
Like they're gonna have a tough
Warriors look
stretch.
good.
Like
Warriors
Warriors
do
look
look
Warriors,
good
good.
too.
Steph's MVP right now.
Mm-hmm.
Steph is like, and
Seven,
that's
eight
what's
game win.
frustrating. Is like I love LeBron, and it's just like he's just not in. He can't carry the team anymore like
No,
he
he
did when he
just
was in Cleveland.
No.
But
he
like
doesn't.
Steph, I mean they have good players at Golden State, but like
Steph's still in his
Steph is the
prime.
guy. Like and in the
Like,
West, like sorry LeBron, like they're like the 9th seed right now, and it's early, but like. Do you see them becoming like a top 3 seed by the end of the
No.
year? Like I
no,
don't even see it.
they're
And if
not
they
better
have to
than
play a
Denver.
good team in the first round, they're
They're
out.
they're not better than Denver. They're not better than Phoenix. They're not better than Golden State. I don't even know like who you could say they're better than
Yeah, it's
overall. I mean, if the Clippers were healthy, they're better than them.
yeah.
You know, Dallas. I like Dallas more than them, even though Dallas isn't as like a complete team. They still have a stud in Luca. I like Utah still, who was the
Where's
number one.
Memphis at?
Memphis is the 5 seed right now, but everybody's still pretty close
Yeah,
together in
it's tough.
record. Or I mean,
There's
they're
just a
only
lot
like
of
10 games
teams.
in, but like there's just a lot of teams that are on the rise still. I mean, in both
Yeah.
conferences right now. With
There
the young
isn't
guys
like a
coming up.
single first round matchup where I like comfortably like the Lakers.
No,
And it is early like you said, but just in general, you can just name a lot of teams where I don't go, oh, I mean the Lakers sweep them, even though they should. Like I just don't
Yeah.
see it.
right. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't trust that. They're throwing together these like makeshift rosters and hoping it works. Like, oh, this guy's good and this guy's good. Let's just hope they mesh well together.
Yeah.
Chemistry's so big,
All
and
right,
they're still not
I'm
a
gonna
great shooting team.
cut you guys off. We got to move back to the NFL here with the
Yeah.
lineups and stuff. But we got Bob's weekly LeBron rant in. It seems like that's
Yeah.
it seems like that's
No,
an
I
every
get
week
my-
thing now.
It's
I
gonna
didn't
be an
expect to
yeah,
participate in that, but on myself there.
yeah.
I appreciate your input though.
No, yeah, that was great. But let's get into
Starts of the
the
week.
starts of the week for the NFL.
Okay.
So Bob, who you
Tico,
got
do you
in?
have some?
I've got some. I probably won't jump on everyone. I've got a few though.
Okay.
All right.
So let's start with quarterbacks. Who you got, Bob?
I got Dak bouncing back this week. Big bounce back week for Dak.
Who did they play this week?
I'm trying Atlanta.
Okay. Big
should
shootout
be a
game.
good chance to shoot out. I think Dak's gonna bounce back after last week. I think he's finally healthy. I don't care what he says. The calf was definitely a factor in last week.
Oh, I think so too.
But-
yeah.
You know what I mean? He still ended up putting together a decent fantasy week, but
Somehow.
count was abysmal. But
Yeah.
I like Dak to bounce back.
You got one, Ty?
I don't have a QB. I might by the
Okay.
end of this, but
You might.
All right.
All right. Well, I got Carson Wentz. They're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they're gonna see a lot of Michael Pittman this week again. Obviously, Jonathan
Big
Taylor.
chance for
Jonathan
Jags
Taylor
to
through
let
the
down
year.
after.
I do too. I
big-
think everybody's like, oh,
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, oh, Urban Meyer. No, they're still bad. They're
Well,
still
he's
bad.
hurt.
Everybody. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And he's
They're
hurt.
still bad. Okay. They're the Jaguars. Colts have a good defense.
Yeah. I
I
like
think
the
they're
Colts
gonna
bounce
probably
back.
Yeah.
steamroll
That's
them.
that's
Or,
funny you
I should
said
say
that,
offense.
Travis, because that's exactly what I was.
Yeah.
I like didn't want to say it because I was like, well, he's playing so well. Like, I feel like it might be kind of obvious, but yeah, I like Wentz as well.
And honestly, like for how like he wasn't for like how mediocre he's been this year. Like not mediocre, he's been playing pretty good, but
No,
you wouldn't
Wentz
think
has
he's been like
good.
he's been a good fantasy quarterback. He's been under 20 points like
he's
I think
been
twice
good
this entire
he's
year.
bounced back.
Yeah.
My whole prediction of like him and Darnold bouncing back.
Well, Darnold looked good in the first 3 games, and then he
the
started to
first
play
3-4
good
games,
teams.
and then, but Wentz has been consistently good. Even that Tennessee game, other than the last minute where he fumbled or whatever the hell you want to call that, and then the freaking pick in overtime that killed him. But he played really well that game. He was lights out against the Jets, but he did what he was supposed to do against the Jets, I should say, last week. But I'll go to my running back. I got Dearness Johnson, assuming he's just. It looks like Chubb's gonna be out. And we saw what Dearness did with. We've seen what he does with volume, lights it up behind that low line. So I have no reason not to believe Dearness puts together a solid week if he's the starter.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty obvious one. Another one that I wanted to point out. I think most people already have this as a RB1, but just to kind of double down, like Cordero Patterson is literally just a receiver. He's a receiver at the running back position. And
exactly
if you're in a PPR league, like
he's so safe. His
floor is incredible. I actually do have Patterson too. He's going against Dallas this week. I like the matchup. If you look also,
it's a solid matchup.
Exactly.
Solid matchup. No Ridley.
Plus, an interesting wager line if you're looking for this week. His reception count is over under is 4.5. Okay. Dallas's defense has given up 6 catches a game to the running back position. And you're talking about Cordell Patterson, like one of the best.
Yeah,
that is a smash play. If you're doing a player prop parlay, I think that's a smash play this week.
I like that. I like him to have 5 catches.
At least 5. Yeah. Cordell Patterson's my start of the week again.
I mean, because that Ridley injury, whatever, Ridley being on the pup list is just a big boost. To
exactly.
All these
him and
guys
Pitts.
in that Atlanta.
Yep.
Offense. Russell Gage. I mean, Zacchaeus had 2 touchdowns last week. He's a vulture, but. So you two both have Patterson. I got Dearness. Wide receiver, I got Mike Evans. Looking like no AB, chance no Chris Godwin. If that happens, I love Mike Evans. I mean, probably maybe even top 5 play potentially if he's the guy this weekend.
I do have AB in my start of the week right now if he does play. If he doesn't play, start of the week would probably be Michael Pittman, even though he's already in your lineup no matter what. But do you see those two
Pittman's
studs?
Wide receiver 7 on
he's
I had Pittman down. He's definitely becoming an absolute stud. I actually like Christian Kirk at Arizona, especially if Kyler's back. I know D-Hop is back, but I think Christian Kirk is like getting a lot more.
Is AJ Green going to be back? Because he missed last week too.
Good question. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but if he's out, that's just another reason to play Kirk. I like Kirk a lot this week too.
Yeah, I think that last week was pretty good. I think this week could be a pretty good one too.
Yeah.
What about tight ends, Bob?
Tight end. This is a shout out to Jared Peters, his guy Pat Freiermuth on the Steelers. He almost we played last week in fantasy. He almost beat me with Pat Freiermuth. That came back with
playing the Lions this week, so it's
that Deontay Johnson catch on the last drive to set up the field goal. But
am I crazy for thinking that the Steelers might lose to the Lions this week?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have that weird gut feeling they might do it, but who knows?
I think
we keep saying
the football gods are gonna give them some revenge here. I agree.
We keep saying this is the week
the Lions are gonna get.
The Lions are gonna win, and they just get blown out. But I hope they do. I hope they do. That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome. But
yeah, I mean, they got some help from the refs. On Monday, so.
Justin Fields played well that game.
Pat Freiermuth, Pat Firedick, as Jared Peters calls him. Shout out Jared Peters if he's listening out there.
Okay, I got Dawson Knox of the Buffalo Bills. He should be back this week playing the Jets.
Yeah.
I like the Bills to have a big bounce back game. They get their big target back in Dawson Knox. I like the chances of him catching a touchdown. Maybe get you 10 points
this week too.
So.
I was gonna actually. I thought there was a good chance Logan Thomas was back off IR this week. But
I think there is too.
So if that doesn't happen though, I have an interesting. I don't know if I think this is just one to consider. Tyler Conklin. I think Kirk is just gonna have like. Baltimore has had gave up a lot of points to the tight end. Or no, they play.
They played Minnesota last week.
They play the Chargers. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Who also
the Chargers have gave up. Yeah, the Chargers have gave up a lot of points to tight end, and I just think Kirk is like gonna have to rely on a guy like Conklin.
Yeah,
I think
mean, I
Jefferson
put
could like maybe have a down week. I mean, he's a stud, but like I don't know.
I
I
had
think
Goddard
Kirk is
last
gonna
week
have to lean
against the
on.
Chargers. That was my pick last week was Goddard. Kind of let me down, but that's
Mhm.
also the Philly offense a little bit. I mean, Minnesota's offense when they pass the ball is a lot more sit back in the pocket, make a read,
Yeah,
and I like
I think
Conklin.
it
I don't
rides or
hate that.
dies on Kirk Cousins, but Conklin could be, like a over 10 point kind of
Yeah,
tight end.
Yeah.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that pick.
You got any sleepers this week, Bob?
I have you and I have one that's the same.
Yeah.
So let's just
we
get
both
down
have
that way.
Jordan Howard,
We both have Jordan Howard, who's gotten
which kind of pisses me off
because
because I played Boston Scott last week in the anticipation of him, getting
Well, the
more than
funny- so you
fucking
had-
5 carries.
you had Gainwell 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and then Boston
And
Scott
then-
last week, and I have Jordan Howard this
Yeah.
week. So
But Jordan Howard, it's like
Nick
25,
Sirianni is
28
single-handedly
carries.
fisting my asshole with these running backs, and I don't appreciate it. Okay, I just don't appreciate it.
What's
All
his
right,
name?
well-
Jordan Howard's had a bunch of carries the last 2 weeks and been a red zone monster. And then my other one's Eno Benjamin, who I think is going to just take over that Chase Edmonds role in Arizona with him out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on here, Travis. I think you got to pick up Kenyon Drake.
He's already picked up.
That's
in almost
tough.
Every league.
you know what's funny is because I like Josh Jacobs this week. It's a good matchup, but I don't know if the game script's going to favor him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
So
think
it might favor Drake more.
My other sleeper
think-
is Cole Beasley, by the way, just in that Bills
Okay.
Jets game. Just he's
Yeah.
shootout potential base for the Bills, anyways.
yeah. I see Carr having a pretty big day, and it's just like
It
he's
should be a
sharing the
shootout
wealth.
game.
Like I think Renfro has a good day. I think that a guy like Kenyon Drake has a pretty good day.
Yeah,
and
I mean, I like the Raiders this week against the Chiefs. It's like I said, I like Josh Jacobs. I own Josh Jacobs on my main team right now. I traded for him a week ago, but I think the game script might favor
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Drake a little bit more. Just in the chance, I mean, the Chiefs could blow them out. There's a possibility
Yeah.
the Chiefs could blow them out just because they're the Chiefs. They might figure it out. I
Mhm.
doubt it,
Yeah.
but I like
think
I
just
like that pick.
he
It's a
played
sleeper.
well in the receiving back role, and I'm a little biased because I had Chubb, and if Chubb's out, I got
You're playing Drake. I
So,
respect it.
I wouldn't
Uh,
play him at flex, but I think he's
Are
gonna be my
you-
RB2.
You're not participating in our DFS lineups this week, are you?
I'm not.
Okay.
So it's
So
just me and Bob, but you can still react to the lineups and still like.
So Travis,
Okay.
tell him about last week because my dumbass didn't take
Yeah,
out
he didn't take
Taysom
out,
Hill out of my
Taysom
lineup
Hill,
because
so
he wasn't
that's a
starting.
yikes.
But it was a big yikes. He only had like 2 points.
But I am victorious again. I'm 3-0. I'm the guy.
how much did you
Alright,
beat?
alright.
How much you ended up beating Garrett? Who won out of me and Garrett? I don't even remember.
I think Garrett.
I think it was Garrett.
I
mean,
beat
didn't start
Garrett by
quarterback. I didn't start
35
quarterback,
points, I
so-
think.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't
but
start
even my
quarterback.
lineup wasn't even that good. But it was just like all consistent players around the board besides
Yeah,
Boston
my
Scott, who
my
fucked me in the
beefy
ass,
running
but
backs were
uh,
trash. But maybe
yeah.
this is the week for me.
I actually kind of, not really, but pulled a note out of that, like beefy running backs for this
Okay.
week. But one of them's really
So,
cheap. So
You want to
uh,
go first? You want me to go first? What do
I'll
you
go
wanna do here?
first with the quarterbacks. Mine's Carson Wentz at 5,900 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is a
Okay.
steal.
We're
Steal.
both playing Wentz. I got Wentz.
Oh, so
too.
you got Wentz too?
Yeah, I got a pretty nice cold stack though for my.
I have
lineup.
Pittman as well.
I have Pittman, but I'll
You
go
have
into my
Taylor,
running
too?
back. Yeah, I got Jonathan Taylor as
Okay,
my running back one,
okay.
8,100. I got
Alright.
big cold stack.
Okay.
in
I
my
got Najee Harris playing the Detroit Lions. I spent up a little bit to get him, but he's still under 8,000, so it's not that bad. But they're playing the Lions, so I'm gonna figure they suck. So he's gonna get some points.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I got Taylor 8,100, and then I have Dearness at 4,700 as a potentially
Okay.
starting running back.
I have Cordell Patterson, my RB2 slot. I have at 6,600. I feel like it's not. I feel like that's fair
What's
value
your opinion
for
on
him.
his position eligibility? Do you think he should be able to? You should be able to put him at receiver too, or no?
For DraftKings.
Yeah.
For DraftKings, probably not. I feel like it'd be a little OP.
What about regular?
Regular
just- oh,
fantasy?
yeah,
It's fine. I would think so. Regular fantasy, it's fine. I don't have any problems with it.
Think
But yeah,
regular.
what'd you say?
Year, because I'll give you the example. Last year I had Taysom Hill before they changed his tight end eligibility in
I did
some
too.
formats.
I did too.
So like I was playing a quarterback at tight end, and
Mhm.
he's just getting 20 points because he's scoring rushing for like a week. It was like broken.
Yeah.
It was
But-
awesome.
but-
So I don't know if they're gonna really do that ever again.
I don't
with guys.
think they're gonna limit him to just running back, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did either.
Well, they have been all year. He's only been a running back all year. He's like RB8, RB6 on the year, something like that.
Yeah. But who do you got at wide receiver 1?
I got Michael Gallup at 4,000 coming back off IR.
Right.
Good value play.
Good value
Decent,
play.
great matchup.
Yeah.
Against that IR.
I have DK Metcalf against Green Bay. Russell Wilson's coming back at 6,800. Pretty cheap for DK Metcalf. Still the wide receiver. What 5, 6
He's
on the
top
year?
10. Well, they just had a bye. He's probably
that.
top. He just can't. Yeah, to come off that bye though. So
but,
he's still probably around the top 10 range.
I would just be nervous about that Tyler Lockett revitalization with Russ coming back. But
I will say,
usually they both can
even in the games that Lockett has exploded, DK has actually been fine. Like he's gotten over 10 points in every single game this year. The only other person that can say that is surprisingly Deontay Johnson.
He's so good.
Weirdly so good. So I trust DK Metcalf to have a solid game.
Yeah, still a good pick.
I like that. So going off of Deontay Johnson, I have him at 6,800 in my
Lions.
So,
going against the Lions.
He's a PPR monster. I was going into the year saying he was going to be like Chris Godwin a few years ago. In his third year, breakout candidate. I like Deontay, so I have him at 6,800 against the Lions.
Have Donovan Peoples-Jones at 4,800 for my wide receiver too. He's emerging as one of Baker's favorite targets as far as when they actually throw the ball, but it's a touchdown or bust. It's a touchdown or bust.
I respect the pick because he's just like a deep threat. Like, kind of reminds me of Deshaun Jackson, but 6'4".
Yeah.
I like that actually, just because you're going against Bill Belichick. I think he's going to scheme up against the run better than most teams. Like, we're loaded. The O-line is good, but if we're going to need Baker to win the game, like the only guy I can think of to do that for us is going to be DPJ. So that might be a good risk there.
Yeah. I
and then wide receiver 3, we both have Pittman, 6,300?
Yeah, both have Pittman, 6,300, stack with Wentz. We do that pretty much every week. We stack the number 1 wide receiver with the quarterback. It just seems like a pattern.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. So, tight ends, so you got?
I got Freiermuth, 3,900.
And I have Dawson Knox my start of the week, so 4,500 for Dawson Knox as he's coming back playing the Jets. I will take that every time.
That's a lot. That's expensive.
Not really. Not really.
4,500. I paid 4,500 for Dallas Goedert last week, and that was trash.
Yeah, but I paid 3,900 for Mike Gesicki, and he was all right.
So, that was a great price.
Who's in your flex?
I have Eckler. Again, I think he's gonna bounce back.
You're a big Eckler guy, aren't you?
Yeah, he was one of my favorite guys coming into the year, and he's obviously been a league winner. He's running back 2 or 3, something like that. I think he's 3 behind Taylor and Henry still.
Yeah.
But
he
seems like he's gonna steal.
I have Dearness Johnson at 4,700 in my flex. So we have a lot of similarities in our lineup this week, Bob.
We do.
So it's going to come down to those a couple of key guys.
And then defense, I got the Eagles at 2,700 against Denver.
I have the Vikings against the Chargers.
I think the Eagles are actually.
It's weird because as good as Justin Herbert has been this year, defenses going against the Chargers have actually been pretty good. I've looked at his stat.
Okay.
They've actually been pretty solid. This is the week where they probably get -4, but
right.
they've actually been pretty good so far this year.
Well, how much were they?
2,300.
23. Okay, I got Eagles at 2,700.
I'm at the cap,
Denver.
so I basically was choosing at the bottom, but I like those.
So I'm at the cap. I took the Eagles because I think Denver's due for a letdown after that.
Yeah.
Blowout of Dallas last week, which Garrett, by the way, we'll shout out Garrett, absolutely nailed that. Albert O, trash pick.
The pick
of him saying that they're going to go into Dallas and win after.
I thought he was crazy. I thought he was crazy, but he proved me wrong for sure.
Hell of a prediction there. Wherever he pulled that one out of his ass. So shout out Garrett for that one.
Yeah.
Do you have any hot takes, T-Coda?
Hey.
Any upset picks?
I don't know. Let me go through the schedule here. Upset
pick. It could be any sport, I guess, but NFL, give us an NFL upset pick.
Oh yeah, that'd be what I'm paying attention to. Yeah, I don't know.
I see you, Garrett. I see you.
Is he in the chat?
He said I'm not crazy, T.
Good. Let's hear what you guys got anything to start?
As far as upsets of the week?
Yeah, upsets of the week.
What does the schedule look like this week?
If I were to pick one, I'd say
I'm picking the Saints over the Titans.
Are you calling that an upset though?
I would say
I
it's an
would call that
upset.
an upset.
I would say it's
Yeah,
an upset. The
I mean,
best team in the
yeah,
AFC.
I mean they're favored. No, Tennessee's a 3-point favorite.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Vikings over the Chargers.
Actually, you know
At
what?
SoFi.
Screw it.
Go Vikings over the
The
Chargers.
Lions are beating the Steelers. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening
No.
this week. Okay. The Lions are winning. It's happening.
That's amazing.
I actually
Jared
like
Goff
both of those.
for 437 yards and
That's
4
awesome.
touchdowns. Big
I
Ben
hope you're
throws
right.
5 picks.
I hope you're right.
I
do too.
don't think Goff is as bad
He's pretty bad.
as it seems.
He's
Like
pretty
No,
he's
but he's
bad,
not
but
bad.
I think he can lead them to a win this week. I think
He
the
can lead
football
them
gods.
to a win.
They
The
Pittsburgh
football guys.
deserves a loss after that dog shit
Yes,
performance by the referees.
I
and-
think Roger Goodell just called the officials and was like, "Listen, they got you. They caught you in 4K. You need to reverse it. Pittsburgh needs a loss. So
Yeah.
expect like
what a
3
better team
targeting
was-
calls and some other
And the ref's gonna
BS.
hip check one of the Steelers players this time.
Yeah.
Like what?
What
Did you
the
see
hell
that
was
call?
that?
What the fuck
Yeah,
was that?
that was so bad.
That
That was
garbage.
so obviously
like-
garbage. Like what?
Like he had his hand on the freaking flag, like.
And then he leaned
He was-
into the fucking
yeah.
player. Like what?
But
Did
he
the,
was
what
like
did
he
the
was
players
like
do?
ready to like pull a gun on the guy. He
I
had the
know.
Yeah.
hand on the flag, stuck his ass out into him, and then
Yeah.
threw it. And then he like held it up like he just made the game-winning 3 point
Yeah.
in the finals. Held his final through.
No, and just
That was
being
so
being
bad.
here in Illinois with a lot of Bears fans, it was a depressing
oh.
morning.
Oh my God.
Morning after, they were pissed. Like they were very
And they
upset. They were
still had a
happy
chance to
that
win.
Fields looked pretty good.
They
He
still
did
had a
pretty
chance to
good.
win. 65-yard field goal.
Yeah.
No.
Just missed.
Really funny quote. We actually had a guy say like, "Wow, it was so nice to watch a Bears game-winning drive," and we were like, "Well, it wasn't a game-winning drive, but
They
it almost
honestly,
did."
They
Yeah.
got cheated out of the game.
I do.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm not a big
Absolutely.
fan of blaming referees, but they
That
did
was
get
pretty
cheated
bad.
out of
That was
game.
pretty
Yeah,
bad.
the taunting was really bad too.
Not to
Like,
mention-
and that's kind of just how the rule is now. But it's just bullshit.
Well,
Like,
not only
I don't
that,
know.
but like the multiple roughing the passer calls that they got on the Bears for hitting Ben, they did not call anything on hitting Justin Fields, and he got murdered
No.
last night.
Those guys
2 nights ago.
Chicago
Murdered.
got taunted or fined more for taunting than Aaron Rodgers did for breaking protocol.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand
was
that's what the rule is, but like, come on.
There was this stat, like they had a graph of like the NFL teams, and when it went up, it was teams that had benefited from flags,
Yeah,
and then
I
it went
saw
down.
What
And
you're
it was
talking about. Yep.
teams that like to their demise, and the Browns were the last, like had the most like bullshit, and the
the
Steelers were
Steelers
number
were at
one
the top.
in terms of helping them. So I don't know if
It
that was
doesn't-
this year or just
I
like
mean,
in the
it-
past few years.
Yeah, I know.
or what.
Because obviously
Yeah.
it doesn't help. We have as much as Miles Garrett is amazing. He is one of the more penalized guys in
Yeah.
the NFL. He's notorious for roughing the passers and jumping
Yeah.
outside.
And just like killing
and I'm
opposing
okay with it.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it because of how good
Attempting
he
to
is.
kill. Attempting to kill.
Yeah. You know, assaults aside, he's
But,
still
yeah.
fast, you know.
But
Um,
yep, I'm going with that though. Motor City Dan Campbell is leading the Detroit Lions
He's
to
gonna-
an
he's gonna have to-
absolute dub this week. Fuck the
Dan
Steelers.
Campbell's gonna pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
A little extra that yayo this week, I think, for
Looks a little
Dan
extra
Campbell.
yayo. He's
I
gonna
think OJ Jr. is gonna have a good game. So
he's gonna put steroids in Jared Goff's creatine for the week.
I'm telling you, OJ Jr. is due for a great game this week.
Yeah. But
DeAndre Swift, if you're hearing this, I love you. Please don't kill me.
yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah. I think that should just about wrap it up for the week though.
Fair enough.
Tyler,
Appreciate
thanks
Tyler for coming
on
on.
as a guest, even though we
Yeah.
had some technical difficulties, but we got through it.
Yeah.
First
Super
and
happy to
foremost,
be on.
We got to thank our sponsor, Portage Tents. Go to portagetents.com for your tenting,
What about the new one?
tenting needs. Oh, and if you guys would like to gamble on sports, click the link in the description and be degenerate. It's an affiliate link that'll help out the show, aka my gambling addiction. So yeah, if you guys want to gamble,
But it's only
on
through
sports,
crypto, right? I mean,
well,
you're
you have to have a
fine,
crypto wallet. So basically, you can just buy crypto, transfer it into the site, and then gamble from there. But be responsible, 18 plus, obviously. Don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
But if you would like to, the option is there, and there's an affiliate.
Scared
Yeah,
money don't
so-
make no money. Lions
No.
money line. Shout out Patrick Brennan. Give
After
him
this,
shout-outs
I'm
like
going to bet
everybody.
$50 on the Lions. So I'll see you guys later. I'm not doing that, but
Why not? Why not?
You know what, Bob?
Ride or
Maybe
die.
I will. Maybe I will.
Ride or die with that money line pick. What are they?
Just parlay it. Have that be like the last thing in your
Oh,
parlay,
yeah.
so
Last
it'll be
last?
huge.
That's a good idea right there.
What is the number? Wait, before we end this, I want to know what the number is on the money line. I'm just going off ESPN, so I don't think
It's
this,
plus
this
10
isn't
and a half.
Snick. No, money line, buddy.
Probably.
Only plus three. Only plus 310. I thought it was gonna be higher.
Hey. Vegas
Might
likes
have
the
to put a hundo
Vegas
on
likes
that
the
now.
Lions, Bob. Vegas likes the Lions.
Only
They
plus
know.
310.
They know.
I
They
thought it
know
was gonna
about
be closer to,
Motor
like, plus
City
6,
Dan
so.
Campbell ramming it down Big Ben's throat this week. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna lose
Yeah,
by
Big-
40.
Big Ben knows a thing or two about ramming it down people's throats when
Okay,
they don't
Bob.
want it.
Okay,
so.
we should end the
Sorry.
episode right there. That's not a good thing to say. It's not a
Right
good
after we
thing.
thank the sponsor.
But
That's what it is, you know.
yeah. So all right. Thanks for coming on again, Ty. So we'll be back
Yeah,
again next
appreciate it.
week.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.